The living room, where the family meets to discuss issues, any issue which may be bothering one of the family members. That's what we do each and every Tuesday on WAC 90.1 FM with Ricardo Mitchell and DJ Aaron868. We have casual conversations on serious topics, from sports to culture, mental health to economics, relationships to life lessons. Join us each and every Tuesday on WAC 90.1 FM. The Living Room, casual conversations on serious topics.
It is now 6 p.m. here in Trinidad and Tobago. I don't know what time it is where you are, but I'm glad to know you're locked on to the true nation station WACK 90.1 FM, where we are
culture crazy.
First and foremost, let's kick this off as we always do, all right? Must give thanks and praises to the Almighty for granting us the gift of life and seeing another day. No matter what time of day it is, you must always
give thanks.
Secondly, we must say thank you to those that went before us, and we are not just talking about our ancestors, the original inhabitants of Trinidad and Tobago, because we all know, accept, reiterate, and say it with the chest that Columbus lied, but also to our brother in music, Tony P, where the P this week stands for
privacy.
Parents.
Whoa.
Appearance.
Okay, all right, cool.
Yeah, boy.
Cool. Cool. Mr. Williams. Aaron Williams.
Why you calling my whole government name, boy?
I just making sure they know who to address whatever that had to address to now. Yeah.
Parents,
boy. Parents.
Exactly, parents. Parents.
That's what it is.
Exactly. What are you insinuating?
I know sometimes the vocabulary is a little confabulated. Yeah, I was good at privacy, I know the P might stand for pre-action. What is it called?
I was practicing my freeze frame there.
Oh yeah, whoa. P is for possum.
Yeah, boy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really don't even want to address the elephant in the room, which is the topic that has been sweeping social media over the past weekend or so. I really don't even want to address that.
I'm not touching it.
There are a few things that I want to address as we are approaching Republic Day here in Trinidad and Tobago, though.
Like Parliament?
Yeah, boy. But before we go any further, I must remind you that this is the living room with yours truly, DJ Aaron868. I remind you each and every time that culture is my code, and I sit here alongside my bro with no fro, a lot of flow, always on the go and in the know.
Ricardo Mitchell, the social sage on the global stage.
Exactly. Right, this is the living room, where we have casual conversations on serious topics. We also try to create positive content in a bacchanal environment. And boy, oh boy, has it been a bacchanal environment.
Yeah, anyway, this is the living room, not the gallery.
Yeah, this is the living room. First and foremost, I must send out some commendations. The Separia Deltones Steel Orchestra, right, and their junior band would have launched the Railway Restaurant. I hope I pronounced. I didn't tap my tongue saying that.
It's sound like
Railway Restaurant, where they have they have the dirt oven pizzas.
Dirt oven pizzas, you say?
Yeah, pizzas being baked in a dirt oven right in the panyard.
Sounds delicious, though.
Yeah, so I think we need to make a trip down Separia.
You mean you had to invite me on one of your trips down Separia?
Wow! Are you insinuating that has been in Separia plenty or something?
I just said, I find all of a sudden I only hear about La Divina Pastora and Separia Deltones and all kind of things. All right, okay, you know what? You're right. I should go with you. Let me see if anybody know my family. Because these originally are my Separia, man.
You know, sad and coincidentally enough, this that ditty about the Deltones Spaniard was delivered to me outside of La Divina Pastoral Church after Mass on Sunday.
I want to say ditty, you know. You know what a ditty is?
Yeah.
It's a song, you know. It's a short song, normally sung by seafaring anyway, seagoers. Anyway, like Columbus them. Pirates and buccaneers and things.
Like that terrifying tune that you see in them North Sea TikToks. Yo.
Yeah, them Irish yodeling. But
I don't know how that started to come across my TikTok feed, but
you say terrifying, and I thought you were going to go back to talk about that thing we were
No.
Hmm.
You know what? We'll call that Voldemort.
Wow. Yeah, I heard about spilling the tea, but that was
boy. And you know what's the sad thing?
I like how you segue straight out of that superior talk to you. Slick.
Exactly. Very, very slick.
WD-40. Wait.
And if you don't have WD-40 and you do have creaking windowsills, what you can utilize is some flit.
Serious?
Yeah.
Okay,
So like if your door hinge making noise and thing, spray some flit on it.
Okay. You know, the WD is actually for water displacement. So essentially what you're really looking at is getting the particles and thing out now. Yeah. You know that, right? Dub water displacement 40 because it was the 40th attempt at the formula.
That's on in chemistry, and you all know about my affinity for chemistry.
Chemistry.
Yeah, boy. No. Chemist 4. I really took his Chemist 4.
Oh my word, yeah, but hey.
Oh my gosh.
What we gonna do, man? What we gonna do? You know what, Aaron? But we have chemistry. They can see what they want.
Exactly. And that's what's important.
That is what's inside that counts.
Yeah, developing a chemistry with somebody in your life.
Oh my gosh.
Or something in your life.
Hey, you know it's no laughing matter though?
What is that?
The match results for the Caribbean. So before we get too far into the term, we had to get somebody from who works within the
I know
education.
somebody. I know a particular gentleman. He is a math teacher in that be San Fernando. You know what? Modsec.
Right.
Can't remember what is the proper name for Modsec.
No, we're talking history because you're using the old name. But yeah. Let me see if we can get a conversation going as to what
is not Modsec?
It's still Modsec? But it's not San Fernando, some
San Fernando government secondary.
It have a east and a west and all them kind of thing. Hey,
that isn't Pleasantville?
Brother man. This is to tell you, I write common entrance and I write
too?
CXC.
Me too.
Right? I know when it still had morning shift and evening shift.
Exactly.
Right. So in terms of these schools rebranding and those types of things, I out of touch. You tell me where your child passed for now, and I'll just nod and all right, okay, nice to hear, man.
Congratulations.
No clue where they're going.
Neither me.
So I am sorry.
But that's a real serious thing, and maths and English are two of the basic everyday subjects which one should possess. Maths is basically, you could say, how to count. English is how to read and write to an extent, because it has comprehension and stuff in there too.
I mean, I guess, in Trinidad, if I was like Venezolano, then, that would be maths and Spanish. But if I was, Dominican, it might be Creole.
If it was Lucian, I saw the government of St. Lucia recently passed a bill that they would be teaching. I can't pronounce the actual language, but they're one of their native languages in school now.
Oh, and you say you can't pronounce it, so I'm very interested in where this is going. You could spell it?
Brother man,
it's better not be patois, because then I would be really disappointed here. Really disappointed. You're Googling
it's
now.
It's not patois. Yeah, of course I'm Googling it, yeah.
Hey, listen, ladies and gentlemen.
In French Creole, it's spelled K-W-E-Y-O-L.
Creole.
Yes. It's colloquially referred to as patois. And it's spoken by 95% of the population. Clearly, when I went to Lucia last month, I did not meet that 95% because everyone's talking English.
You probably went to them tourist sites and thing. I thought you're a man that mingle with the locals here on your
Brother man, I went to a lot of the local towns. I went to 4 of the 7 towns.
Wait, hold on. 47 towns, is it?
So
Towns?
47 villages and one of the 3 towns.
St. Lucia small like Marbella then.
Marbella have 3 towns?
I mean, technically, if you could tell me where Vistabella start and finish. Yeah, think about it. Gopaland is like its own. Mutuland is its own thing. It's just know them. I sure just know they're gonna gate up and build a mall. Anyway,
Where that mall fit
not
in?
Marbella. I mean, where they fit on the football field.
So are you insinuating gentrification in Marbella?
Sir, we're talking about St. Lucia. Right? Let me stick to topic here on. You're all over the place. You're all over the place. Clearly,
You segue out to that real nice though, I'll admit that.
clearly you didn't sit down and carefully prepare your script before coming on camera to Trinidad and Tobago's public.
How often do I prepare a script when it's you and me alone?
I was alluding to the thing that we was talking about that we say we're not talking about now. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, right? I want to just all talk set aside. Listeners, viewers, fans of either of the reasonably good-looking and fairly well-spoken hosts. We are in 2024 AD. 2024 AD. Many of us would have been around since the turn of the last century and before, maybe even the middle of the last one. We are in an age where technology has outpaced us. Let us be mindful that the things that Aaron, you're doing that maths there and I'm really disappointed. We are in a point where the things that we say and we do are going to be captured in perpetuity. Anyway, forever online. Please be mindful. Please be mindful about what you are posting online, who you are sharing it to. You have no control over these things once they've left your device and entered Patrick Manning's internet. Please think about what you are doing and who you are sharing things with before you do it. And I'm not just speaking about the allegations that this was recorded for private use and all them types of things. I'm talking about, listen, even if, as the younger folk might be doing, you're sending them view once pictures, somebody could take a picture of your view once picture. Right? Please be mindful that privacy has gotten to the point where it is a sacred thing and should be protected. If you're putting it out there, know that it have no taking it back. I just saying, all talks that aside, we could keep and kiki for the rest of the program. But please stop sliding in people's DMs, direct messages, because there are people who will screenshot your stuff and then send it. And I'm not telling you the right way to do the wrong thing. I'm telling you stop doing the wrong thing. Anyway, I made it. Sorry. Before bring it back here. Yeah, I'm gonna bring it back.
No. I actually want to compound on that a little bit. Because social media is also there as a way of connecting the world.
Mm-hmm.
Social media is the way that a lot of us may find out that your cousin who living in Arizona got married.
Right.
Or
that Tito Jackson died.
Right. Or that your brethren who living all the way across in Dubai would have started a new job.
Mm-hmm.
Or had his first child.
Right.
So social media is there as a way of connecting the world. So there are the positives.
Mm-hmm.
Let's not take something that was built from a connectivity means and turn it into something of a negative environment. And let me go a little bit further. Something as simple as me posting a picture of myself should not be made into a sticker and then be circulated within various groups.
Right. Because we have stickers of people we've never seen and never met in our phones.
Exactly.
catching people in awkward expressions and weird timings, and we are literally ridiculing and mocking strangers for our circle's entertainment.
And the next part of it is,
we are all mean girls.
wow. When you see someone share something, you see resharing it with the negative connotation. Even though you may not agree with what somebody has shared, there's no need to disagree disrespectfully. Well, I think we have gone from a place where we respect other people's opinions to a place where we disgrace other people with different opinions.
Right.
And we not just, and we know the thing that we're not supposed to talk about, or that we choose not to talk about. But what we are choosing to say is, if you see that on your timeline, you know what you could do as an alternative to sharing it? You could report it, or you could scroll past it.
Or you could screen record it so that in case the internet pull it down, you still have a copy and it could re-upload it when they get a chance.
That's the flip side to it as well.
This is what I'm trying to tell you. It have no bringing it back.
It have no right or wrong in this, huh?
It have no undoing it.
But what I'm saying is, you who listening to WAC 90.1 FM Visual Radio right now on Tuesday, the 17th of September. Of course I did, yeah.
You didn't look good.
I didn't look good there. I read the date all day. But you who listening to WAC right now on Tuesday, the 17th of September.
You still right?
Yes, brother man. I just had to sign documents.
Oh, okay. I don't. Well, the signatures count as writing?
Probably, because I just had to write it with a pen.
Anyway, go ahead, sir. Sorry, actively listening.
But you who listening to WAC on Tuesday, the 17th of September, after 6 p.m., or if you're watching this at your own timing on DJ Aaron868 on YouTube on the Living Room channel playlist. This is where... No. Wow. This is where... this is where we in the living room trying for you to implore you to exercise a level of personal responsibility via the social media platforms. Like a post and let end there now.
Let end there. But some of these things are really funny, and I want to share them with my friends and loved ones.
I will admit I have done that as well.
You are saying, I'm not trying to be hypocritical about the thing, you know. I'm just saying, let us not make things more difficult for people now.
And I'm going to say that because I will admit, and there's me being transparent with the listeners here. I see a video pop back up in my archives on Instagram the other day. Boy, oh boy. It was somebody recording me in a fete. I climb a fence now.
Okay.
Right? And the person recorded a video of me dancing while on this fence. And it reminded me of my looser, for want of better words, days. And in the moment, I just watched it like, Dan, why you share that? Because that is going to be all over the place. Now I could look back at the moment and laugh.
Right. I believe you've redeemed yourself.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody just look at you and think to yourself, wait now, that not the man who was climbing the fence and lip singing to Fast Wine?
Nah, it wasn't Fast Wine that either.
Thank God for Small Mercies, because that would have been a horrendous video.
No, but really and truly, there are moments of us in our lives which would have been captured, which would have been some very awkward moments. Which for some reason may be more detrimental to the current version of you than the past version of you. And it can't go nowhere. Like that video of me on the fence, at dancing with a young lady.
Dancing, you say?
Yeah, dancing. That's dancing with her.
I just rent a tile on our fence.
Brother man, don't question
I feel he was using dancing very, very loosely. And I hope that nobody from that place you say you're supposed to carry me decide to go and review your old footage to see what... Anyway, all I saying is, Aaron, I thank God that in my wildest days,
Social media was nothing.
It wasn't what it has become.
You know, and the sad part about it is that happened in the advent of when BBM now come out now.
Right.
So that when camera on phone now start to get good.
My word.
Because if it was back then when cameras was still like 2 megapixels, I could deny that till thy kingdom come. Who is this pixelated version of a person that you see in there? But now phones recording in 24 megapixels
and more. Here what I'm saying, bro. Alright. We have uploaded 4K videos shot with cell phone.
Yeah.
Let's put it like this. And with the way that AI is evolving, once you have that raw material online, anything goes. And I'm not trying to scare people into. I mean, it's too late. We done down that particular rabbit hole. What I'm saying is, right, think before you link. Nah, I have another. I sure could come up with something better than that. Don't course after your post.
Nah, but that's a real serious thing, and we always beg for personal responsibility, but we need to really beg for community responsibility.
Done. You see what I post? You see what I post? In response to all of this?
I haven't been online for the weekend. I actually took the weekend off.
I know you took the weekend off. We didn't arrange this recording until the week don't start. You know what I post in response to declaring the air that occurred?
No, what did you post?
I just asked on Facebook if it's still World Suicide Prevention Month. Aaron, that is very unbecoming. I'm going to edit that.
Sorry.
I'm going to edit that right out, Mr. Williams. Mr. Aaron Williams. Aaron.
What did I do?
Aaron Herschel Williams.
Herschel, yes?
Yeah.
That Herschel is a big name, now.
Now, here's what I'm telling you. All I posted was a question asking if it's still World Suicide Prevention Month.
And it is, and we'll be addressing that next week, Tuesday.
All right. What are we not? It is kiki and gip until somebody gets hurt.
You see that? And this is in no way me trivializing anything around this issue. I saw a partner of mine posted after the whole debacle unfolded, asking, did anybody check on the gentleman as to his mental state?
Hey, that dude is a champion.
And really and truly, let me bring it closer to home. Anybody that's check on the brethren who has been laughing at constantly in a group chat? Anybody check on the neighbor who does randomly have outbursts on the road to make sure he good and everything is okay? Have anybody ever check on themselves to make sure, hey, everything copacetic under the hood here?
You know what, Aaron? I'm gonna answer that. First and foremost, thank God for turning my life around. I don't laugh at people like that anymore. There's nobody for me to laugh at on any groups. Right? Thank God for that. I'm still very, very funny, very, very quick with it and sharp with it, but I stop ridiculing people as best as possible. So I don't laugh at no brethren or no sister or nobody generally. Right? Second question. My neighbor, I will have you know that I received some of the most fantastic news one could receive about one's neighbor just a couple days ago. When I mean this has been the absolute epitome of epiphany regarding the quality and value of getting to know your neighbors. I see a doubles box fully equipped with a leather flap covering the top in the gallery. I approached said neighbor, I say, mi vecino. I'm practicing my Espanol as well, but I spoke in English. I was just trying to show off that I know what neighbor is in Spanish. Anyway, I say, neighbors, there's a doubles box I see in there? He say, yeah, boy. I say, you're a woodworker, you make that for somebody? He was like, no, we just sell Aaron, all I hear is the ah, a single beam of sunlight part the clouds and shone upon the two of us in that moment, Aaron. My eyes glistened with delight as I wiped a single tear away, the other Terrence Lee, and said, Nabes, you sell it? He said, we're not going out this morning, but yeah, we just be on the corner. Aaron, my neighbor is a doubles man. Aaron, I don't know if you know, I don't have better news I could get than finding out that my neighbor is a doubles man. You want to know how my neighbor doing? My neighbor doing well. My neighbor doing well. He making the right choices in life. So yes, Aaron, I've checked in on my neighbor, and I'll be checking in on my neighbor very, very regularly.
Every morning.
Hey, maybe not every morning. You know, I just had to look at you, mom. If you want to see anything. Thirdly, in terms of checking in on myself, that's what I have people like you for. So I will extend a courtesy to you, Mr. Williams, and ask you, how are you?
That is a very difficult question to answer for me. Because recently, I have been disturbed deeply by a lot of things that have been taking place in my life, which are some out of my control and some within my control.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to navigate this answer very carefully, not to give particular details away for all situations.
Yeah, fair
Right?
enough. We already hear about you whining on our fence for Marshall.
Wow.
We don't need...
Wasn't Marshall,
So, okay, Aaron, wink. This is me actively listening. Go ahead.
right? But really and truly, right? You see the way employers treat employees
Mm-hmm.
is something which has been grinding my gears for the past couple of weeks or so. Probably couple months, probably more than that.
Mm-hmm.
You see the lack of respect to personal time which some managers try to angst their employers into,
Angstificate, I think is the word you're looking for.
right?
Not
That
really
has
the
been
word.
grinding my that has been grinding my gears. You see the traffic that has had to go through every morning to enter into Gasperillo. That is started by the Marbella flyover and to take me straight into Gasperillo for no apparent reason every morning.
Your government dollars working for you, boy.
Exactly, that is grinding my gears.
Tell me
You
that
see-
your transmission mashed up. Your gears properly grinded.
You see,
Mhm.
you see the fact that the average trip to the grocery now costs in excess of $400. Yeah,
Aaron, you're showing your colors. You getting through with 400.
no, brother, man. I don't want to, again, I try not to divulge too much now, but just say
Wood.
it costs in excess of 400 for basic weekly items to cook. I ain't talking about if I had to go Price Mart and buy household supplies. Right? Those are the kind of things that are grinding my gears. Some of them are within my control because as opposed to going to the market, as opposed to going to the grocery, I could go to the market to get fresh produce.
Right.
So that's within my control. But then again, I was trying to sleep late on a Saturday morning after a hectic week of work.
Right.
Right? So those are the things that have been upsetting me. But on the other hand, I'm very thankful because I continue to try to improve my relationship with God every day. And I think I've been doing a pretty decent job thus far. I continue to, within my workplace, try to continue to treat the employees that are under my remit to the best of my ability with utmost respect.
Using some real nice words today, bro. Anyway.
Right? I try my best to maintain relationships with my family and those who are important to me. I try my best. This is a real try. You see the exercising thing? it is a tough one to maintain after a stressful day of work and traffic, and then having to probably prepare for the next day or do household chores to fit in the time to exercise. But I trying my best to exercise at least 3 to 5 days for the week.
Yeah.
If even it's 10 minutes a day, it's still something.
Mm-hmm.
So if you ask me how I am, there are things that are grinding my gears, but there are things that I'm grateful for. And I will always say, all things are possible through Christ who strengthens me. And watcha, God has been batting in my crease about, right now I could say 38 not out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in my crease, because that's my age. Right? Actually, I just admit my age. Wow. But yeah, God batting in my crease, and he ain't dropping no catches like Groveman Powell and Rakeem Cornwall.
Hey, I see people calling this man Jason Folder, you know.
Again, he get 36 and 13 and last over.
No, when he bowled and if he last over the other day and he bowled the no ball for the free hit, and then he get parked for 6 just when Barbados was beating TKR.
Oh, that's one of the times that we thankful for Jason Holder bowling a bad last over. But you see that time when he bowled that 30 against Netherlands? I will never forgive him. He has been added to the list just like Marlon Samuels.
The man reached the Marlon Samuels level?
Yes.
Oh, good.
How you could bowl a 30 run last over against Netherlands, boy, to take me to a super over? When I think we was chasing 464.
I am.
Gosh, man. Anyway, Ricardo.
I want
How are you?
Oh man.
We have 30 minutes left, just about. So
that means you're gonna run into Mr. Desmond time. I am grateful, tired, but grateful. And I don't mean great like carrot and coleslaw. I mean I am thankful. I am growing. I am seeing opportunities in places where they were not before. I am getting better at the things that I am doing. I am seeing the way that all of the things that I've been learning over the past couple of years are coming together. I am grateful. I want to start back exercising desperately. I don't like how I'm feeling. I miss exercising every evening. I miss it. I want to start back. I'm going to start back. So that means something has to be shifted around the plate or even possibly removed. That aside, I am grateful. On Saturday, it was a mentor of mine, an old mentor of mine, a gentleman by the name of Mr. Donald Wills. I used to report him back in the old company days before, in his infinite wisdom, the Honorable Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley shut down Petrotrin. And this gentleman has helped fashion the version of me that exists today with his patience and his wisdom and his leadership. His birthday was on Saturday the 14th. Right? Sunday was my late father's birthday. It would have been his 87th birthday. The first birthday without him, so big up Mitch. You know, tell moms to say how they do. And it occurred to me when I was going to work on Monday morning that I've been truly blessed that there are men in my life who I could have taken pattern after. Now, not necessarily imitate, because I'm not trying to be anyone else, but I definitely had examples of people that I could learn things from, and people who either by their behavior or through their direction taught me how to be not just an adult, but a man. And not just a man, but a distinguished one, a gentleman, a leader, a contributing member to society. And then there was icing on the cake, because on Wednesday morning, I went into the office with one of my main clients, and we spoke at length about different experiences that we've had in life that reminded me that I'm still being mentored, even at this very beautiful age where people look to me for guidance and counsel and pattern. I'm still being taught. And I believe that I will continue to be taught as long as I live, because a very wise friend of mine has said several times on this program that the day you stop learning is the day you begin to die. I will continue to learn, and I am grateful that there are people in my life who continue to teach me. So how am I? I am tired because I'm growing into new spaces and I'm expelling a lot of energy. But I am grateful for this life, Aaron. There are people who crossing the road not reaching home. There are people who in the beds are asleep and not waking up. I am grateful, and I will continue to use what remains of my life to its maximum. So that is how I am. This month, this World Suicide Prevention Month, leading into men's mental health and that kind of thing.
Into mental health, into men's health.
Mental health month, into men's health month. Man, listen, this quarter, I am grateful, bro. I am grateful. So yes, I will quarrel about some of the things that I seen going on, but I am grateful. I am grateful that you have a partner who will be like, hey, anybody checking on that man? Because all the keep and key. When you reach back to work and dealing with the batch, or when the supervisor's calling him in to check his state to see whether or not he could continue to function with access to all of his equipment. Right? What I'm saying is this thing is kicks until it's not funny anymore.
And that you see that's the thing, huh? I don't know what it will take for us to understand that the things in Trinidad and Tobago and probably around the world as a whole that we take for joke, we take for granted, are serious instances which are learning moments and teachable moments.
Mm-hmm.
Because as you alluded to earlier in tonight's program, with the advent of AI, a video which took place in 2011 could be resurfaced today to the detriment of your relationship.
Facts.
Right? I'm not saying that you need to come and tell your partner about your ex-girlfriend from however long ago, your ex-boyfriend or whatever the case is. But you have to be prepared that there are people who will scroll through your profile and find out old pity and resurface it just to cause turmoil in your life.
Yeah,
And that's the sad reality that we're really facing in today's world.
Those does so with some oil, holy oil,
And holy water.
yeah.
Last and holy salts.
Them in the name of Jesus.
Last week,
Get thee behind me, Satan.
last week I was having a conversation with a young man, and he was alluding to me that he's not pleased.
You are banned from using allude for the rest of the episode.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
And he was insinuating to me, right, that he's not pleased with the amount of negative images of relationships that he is seeing.
Yeah.
So much so to the point that he is actually considering never to get into one. And this is a young man at the tender age of 16.
Yeah. I hear a lot more of that than I'm comfortable with.
Right? Now, so I spoke with him very briefly, probably about 20 minutes, because Ricardo is my brethren, so 20 minutes is short. About relationships and love and stuff like that. And reaffirmed to him, that yes, there are a lot of negative examples out there, but there are also positive ones which you don't see. You have to seek out the positive examples in today's society, because the algorithm that is fed to you with your curating or even without it is full of negativity. You will quicker see who divorced who and who gone to brunch with who and rekindling love with them, as opposed to a positive example of a reinforcement. You'll faster see that online than the positive examples. You have to be as Ricardo taught me in my earlier days and continues to teach me, you have to be intentful and intentional in one, the things you look for, two, the things you say, and the things that you act, the way that you act. Because if you don't be intentional in it, all you're going to see is the negatives. All you're going to pay attention to is the negatives. But then you may just forget that you have the power, you have the control over your life to make yourself a positive example of love. I ain't saying it's going to happen on the first try. But be open to it, because every experience is a learning one. And you also have the power to walk away if you realize what you are in is not feeding you positively.
I feel like I should let you continue talking about my mom.
Wow. No.
That's what I took from that.
Nah, but it's a real serious thing, and a real sad to say this is not the only person of that age group that I've spoken to that has said to me that they are afraid of committing to a relationship or even seeking one in their future.
It's a generational thing, and it is concerning. It is concerning. Hey, there's something I want to just say for the record. Yeah, there's not everybody does horn, eh? I just want to say that for the record. It's not everybody does horn. There's a mindset that horning is a normal part of relationships, and it's about how you deal with it does make the difference.
Miss me with that shepherdness.
You understand? It's not everybody does horn. We have accepted a lot of cod swallow up. Wow. A lot of nonsense. We have accepted a lot of trash as normal. I am not going to be silent when the mindset that is circulating is everybody does horn, and you had to expect that.
Miss me with that booby jazz.
I don't do it. I've never done it. I am never doing it. We will done before I horn. And you know why?
Hey.
Because you don't have to hurt people. Hurt people is an explanation of some people's behavior. It's not an instruction. I don't have to do what was done to me because that's what everybody else does do. When I had to face my father at the end of the day, and by father I mean the Almighty, and he asks, "So Cardo, why did you mistreat
that young lady?"
Well, Jesus, boy, I was still coasting over what that girl do me when I was... No. A reason outside of its season is just an excuse, and it is not going to... It's not cutting it.
No.
Not everybody does do that. And we have callers who alluded to... I could sense hurting people sometimes, eh? I get. And a lot of relationships stuck. But you have a choice to either look for or look at. Because if you're just looking at what around you, you will be discouraged. But if you make up your mind what you're looking for, well, then you will look past the things that are around you and continue your pursuit of what you're looking for, as opposed to choosing from what you're looking at. Anyway, sorry. Not sorry. Cheese on ages, man. Cheese on bread.
Just so you're in Barbados?
My apostle is Barbadian. Yeah, big up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Big up Barbados.
Big up Barbados. No one will be telling cricket the other day.
And Cornwall still dropping catches. And Jason Holder from there, because I still vexed with him. And I stand corrected. It was the game tied at 374. And we still lost in the Super Over.
Yeah, right. Anyway, what I'm saying is not everybody does do what you feel everybody does do.
You know, 2 weeks ago, when we were in studio, Ricardo, you said 1 + 1 = 2, 2 + 2 = 4, and 3 + 3 = 7. And I'm 100% sure everybody only remembered I said 3 plus 3 equals 7.
Mm-hmm.
Not every thing that these, oh gosh, this is going to sound real bad coming from me, but you just only remember the bad things. We live in a society now where we are so focused on breaking generational curses that we are not focused on accepting that there are positive things that came out of the generation before.
Mm-hmm.
And until we accept that, yes, mommy and daddy may not have treated me the best. Yes, they may not have equipped me with the best tools. They equipped me with a certain set of tools which allowed me to take them and multiply them, just as in the parable, the talents were multiplied that God gave to the men. Your parents sent you to school with the ability and gave you, well, you have the ability to learn. And in life, you attend the best school. So,
life is the best school.
Life is the best school.
Okay, cool. And what school I had? Knox though. That's like
the second place.
School of continuing studies, kind of.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Life continuing studies.
Yeah, life continuing studies.
Remedial.
I don't know about that part.
Anyway, all right, you go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But what I'm trying to say is, before Ricardo interrupted me there, is that we have the ability to learn. Don't take it for granted. Not because the last girl horn you mean that the next one go and horn you. Not because the last one take you for every cent you had mean that the next one going and take you for what you do have, because you just spent out all. Not because you were ill-treated in a previous situation means that you're going to be ill-treated again. Because you know why? You learn from the last time. You learn to identify the markers that, wait now, she just shout at me just so on a Tuesday evening at 6:45? Something had to be wrong. I don't want that in my life.
If she shouted at you at 5:45, it's because she's trying to get some alone time so she could tune into the living room on WAC 90.1 FM. But we are culture crazy.
Excellent point there. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, use the bad experiences which you may have endured to point in the direction of what you want to endure. I wouldn't be the man that sits here today saying these things if I didn't go through some bad experiences. And boy, oh boy, did I go through some bad experiences. Yes, Cardo.
No, I'm just laughing at how you're the man who sits here now.
Oh, wow.
Because that's what
see what I mean, guys, what you pick up on.
Because you sound like the man who stands here, but he's sitting there.
Yeah,
so you know what? Here. Stits is a new word,
exactly.
Big up all the stitters out here.
Wow.
And no, I have said it. I've said it a lot since when I was younger, and I had to remember it as I was getting older and going through some of the things that I went through. But you don't get 1 in a million unless it's only 1 in a million. At the end of the day, you had to go through. You had to dig up through that pile of laundry to find the jersey you're looking for, right?
Make sure to wash that.
Yeah, I ain't like, cause you shouldn't be airing your dirty laundry for everybody to see. See what I did there? And what I'm saying is, you'll go through some things, yes, but your experiences don't have to define you. You don't have to decide to do the most because the most was done to you.
Not at all.
And I'm not talking from a place of, well, this never happened to me or that never happened to me. Yeah, I'm telling you. I know for a fact I had made the declaration that I want nothing with nobody ever again. And the Lord laughed. You watch man, he laugh. Keep, key. Yeah, Cardo, I hear you. What I'm saying is that we all experience challenges. And sometimes challenges is a nice euphemism for horse manure.
For hell.
For walking Hades. Some of these people and them out here, the only thing they're missing is a pitchfork. Let me be real. And I watched Deliverance this weekend too. So what I'm saying is I know it has something them out here. Yeah, but you hear about Deliverance, a movie?
No.
Yeah, it's selling it as a horror, but it's more like a psychological thriller based on
Serious?
some true
My
story.
My kind of vibes.
No, it would maybe not your kind of vibe, but I'm saying is it's the Deliverance, right? It is a little bit of demonic possession as well as family dysfunction.
Not my vibes.
You know what I'm saying? It was a good watch. My point is, it have wickedness out here. It have wicked people out here. It have wicked people out here. It have hurt people out here. It have people who unhealed and jumping back into relationships. And they're not wicked. They just have sharp edges because they didn't heal. Right? Take a little time. Take a little time. You know, get to know your Lord. Get to figure yourself out a little bit before you want to expose yourself to other people for company, and because the place too quiet and you're bored and you're lonely and you don't know how to be by yourself. Because I said it before and I'll say it again. Some of us can't spend 5 minutes by ourselves and we expect people to want to spend the rest of their life with us.
You know, this year I think makes it close to a decade that I've been residing alone.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the most peaceful things for me is coming home to silence after a loud day.
Right.
And when I say loud, I'm not just talking about volume, but talking about the amount of things that I would have had to deal with and process during the day.
Yeah.
And this silence is one of the most relaxing things that I experience on a daily basis. And it honestly frightens me to the fact that I could go a day without speaking.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're in a house by yourself, who you talking to?
Yeah.
And I live in the 1% of the country with no cell phone coverage. Ricardo could attest to that.
Oh yeah, boy. Listen, all you know, no? I just know when he run to the corner and he reach home, you know.
Right?
7 o'clock.
And you know what's the sad thing? It took me a while after living alone to get accustomed to that silence. Because I was always accustomed to having somebody around.
Right.
But when it came to me now having to get accustomed to the noise of my own thoughts, I was a scared man because I just think of some weird things sometimes.
And as somebody who has answered several of your phone calls on your drive home, I could attest to that. You had a reason to be.
But really and truly, guys, as I said last week, and I'll say it again, before you go around harassing somebody's daughter or somebody's son, develop a stable relationship with God and develop a stable relationship with yourself. It works wonders not just for your mental health, but also for the health of your relationships.
Hey, I want to tell Ollie what's sexy. I want to tell Ollie what sexy after listening to the program last week.
Oh, phew.
But you don't want to hear what's sexy in the living room?
That is not how it sounded the first time I said it.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know where your mind was, right? But an old schoolmate of mine, a virgin, a friend, Sec.
A former guest.
Yeah, actually. Yeah, and he's a regular viewer and commenter on the program. He gives us brilliant feedback. And he actually gave us some feedback about the communication issues that we brought up, Aaron, in terms of establishing boundaries. And he agreed and disagreed with us in the sense that some of our positions were a bit absolute. And he did point out that sometimes you could navigate those things with some initial conversation. You could let somebody know that, listen, as the project unfolding, I will send you an email or I might post something, but I don't expect a reply from you at the time. The information is there for you whenever you are ready for it, but I am not posting with the expectation that you are going to reply. It is not a demand that you acknowledge receipt or that you act on the information, but I'm making sure that the information is made available to you. Right? Another element that he actually suggested is that we also have to respect people's space and time. And the way to do that sometimes is about having an open conversation about what is expected from both parties. Because a lot of the things that we spoke about is based on the experiences we've had and liberties people took because we didn't have conversations with them. Right? There's a moth. Is that a moth flying around? You getting shit?
You just asked me if I have a moth flying around and I'm not supposed to look.
Anyway, don't bother. Maybe it's just me. Yeah. So Sec gave some real nice feedback. I'm gonna take a little play. I might even throw it in at the end of the episode here so that all I could catch what it is he says. It's like 2 minutes long. But real good stuff from Sec, and I'm looking forward to more what Sec say about the living room. I might have to put up a visual so that people realize that it's what Sek, S-E-K-H.
Please, yeah, please do.
S-A-Y-S.
Please do.
Yeah. We perilous, eh?
As we get perilously close to the hour 7 p.m.
We're not getting. We perilous.
The CPL is coming to Trinidad next week.
Mm-hmm.
And for Ricardo's sake, I hope that the park and ride does not continue, because I plan to attend one of the games. So I hope my car don't get wrecked like it did last time I went to a game in the Savannah. And I hope I don't have to walk or spend 4 hours in traffic.
Right.
To get out of Brian Lara.
Giving only one more chance.
Yeah. Right. I don't think I could go to that game on the 27th though. Supposed to be out of the country, I'm not sure.
Right. Yeah, shut up.
Out of the country is Tobago.
It's still in the country, just off the island. Don't be that guy here, and don't hit me that. Oh, I'm traveling this weekend. Yeah, I'm traveling too from Library Corner to City Gate. I want to thank you guys for joining us in the living room. Right, we've had the pleasure of your company, and you've had the pleasure of ours, hopefully. Guys, this is Ricardo Mitchell, the social stage on the global stage. Right? And reminding you guys that the hourglass is opaque. We don't know how much time remains, so whatever you're doing, be good and stay safe. And as best as possible, try and keep it private now and positive. Aaron?
This is yours truly, DJ Aaron868. I remind you each and every time that culture is my code, and I also tell you that love is the currency, so spend some today. Let somebody know you love them, guys. I'll be there on Friday inside the Friday night fete on the Tradition Station. Remember, from 7:30 we pay tribute to not just an icon but an art form in Calypso. And this Friday we're gonna be featuring funny calypsos. Not calypsos from the artist Funny, but calypsos that are humorous, right? So, yeah, sometime do some research and let me get it thing going from 7:30 on Friday. With that being said, earlier, don't use styrofoam, don't litter,
Right.
and be kind. You never know what somebody else is going through. Mr. Desmond is up next with the big band. So keep it locked to the true Nation Station WACK 90.1 FM, where we are
Culture crazy.
Keep it locked.
Hey, and good job not mentioning Kenny once for the episode.
Look, you had to go and do it. Hey, happy belated birthday, Kyle.
Peace.
Interesting topic you and Aaron discussed on the last segment about drawing lines. And it's interesting, valid on both sides. But a couple of things is, I think it comes down to mainly communication and expectation. One. And the 9 to 5 kind of frame of view for many things. Like, a lot of people don't understand where this 9 to 5 thing came from. And like the origin of a 9 to 5 day. And the strict adherence to that explains the difference in productivity of a lot of countries, for better or for worse. So it's an interesting thing. I slightly disagree with the absolute stance of the communication and how it should be done. I think communications can be sent at off hours once it is clearly stated that a response is not required at that very point in time. I think it could avoid all that. But sometimes the nature of things or just general outside of 9 to 5 approach to things, sending emails or communication outside normal hours could actually set up things and prompt productivity. But I do agree with you that the communication needs to be clear, that the expectation is not you respond right away, but it's clear that I'm just putting this so it's on your radar. And if your manager or whoever discussed that with you upfront and says that, hey, when I send emails and things, do expect it right away, get paid during work hours, whole different story as opposed to, some of these scenarios you paint. But just my 2 cents. All right, man. Keep up the good work.